Okay. Did you ever stop being a little kid?
Yeah, that's when I was in prison. I stopped being a little kid when I listened to what everyone else around me told me I should do. You should do this, you should do that. And I just listened to way too many people. I listened to society, I listened to religion, I listened to my skin color, I listened to my brother, I listened to my mom. The only one I never really listened to was me. You should do this. You should wear these clothes. There's like a little voice inside. It's like, those clothes don't match. So I wear clothes that match even though I didn't want to wear the clothes. You shouldn't grow your hair out. And so when I was in prison, serving a 12-year prison sentence, all I had was time to think about what was going on in my mind without doing all these other things outside of me. And with enough time, I started memorizing my dreams, and I realized all the little lies that I told myself that became false truths. And I was living so many false truths from little lies that I told myself when I was a little kid. I wrote all those down. I wrote down all the ways that I want to forgive myself or forgive other people, letting go of resentment of the two men who murdered my father. Like I was letting go of resentment towards everyone. And I remembered I used to love art. I used to love painting and drawing. I used to love running. I used to love motivating people. I didn't even know, like, I would like say things when I was a little kid and like good things would always happen, even when I was 5, and I didn't know what that was. Any time in my life wasn't working, it's because I forgot how to be a little kid in pure joy. And right now, I'm being a little kid in pure joy. Hey, wow, how do you get all the way over here? Let me see.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how open do you feel I am with you? Explain.
If you're in this energy right here, typically anywhere from an 8 to a 10. If your lips are purple and they're tight, no one better utter a word.
So I'll just go, I'm fine.
And then it'll be just like this, these dagger eyes. I'm like, I'm not saying it. And then you'll be like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'm not saying it.
Why do I get in there?
2 days from now.
Agree.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how open do you feel I am with you? Explain.
Sometimes I don't think you know what is wrong, like energetically, and I can feel it right away. And so I keep asking you if you're okay. And you're like, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then usually an hour or two later, you come back and you're like, wow, my brain caught up to my body and I figured out that I'm not okay. What is one way our relationship has gotten better over time?
I think the ridiculous commitment to growth.
Yeah.
And expansion. And it's like, we honor our actual vows and being committed to growth.
Yeah. There's a point in time where, like, I specifically remember the kids were in the bathtub, someone had hit the drain and all the water was going out. Mm-hmm. And I was like trying to get the diaper off the baby, and Soul was screaming for a towel because there was soap in her eye, and getting bath toys. And you're just kind of sitting there, and I was like, can you stop the drain? And I remember you go, why do you have to say it like that? Why can't you just tell me to stop the drain? And then I was pissed. I was like, why do I have to tell you to stop the fucking drain? I come home and there's 1,000 groceries on the table and you're like, hey, maybe I should put these away, versus be like, hey, can you help me put all these groceries away? Yeah. There was a point in time where I was like, it would suck that I would have to tell you what to do, versus you being like, how can I look for things to support the macro of the family? Yeah. Or us as a whole. I'll say it for me, but maybe women. I feel like we just get so mentally taxed at the end of the day. Guys, I got nothing left in my brain. Wish someone could like just come in and see what I need and do it.
Kind of like now. Yeah, that was a good one.
What would a day of completely spoiling me look like?
Waking up early, turning on the sauna, me being your alarm clock. Baby, sauna's nice and warm for you. You kind of not wanting to get up. I'm like, baby, 5 seconds, you got this. I'll go down to the gym with you, which makes you feel loved, held, and supported. I would already have your morning water ready. the powder for the tea, our 2 teas ready, the vitamin gummies ready, and then I would come down and do either a jazzercise workout with you, that one lady that's on YouTube, take Dobby for a walk, then we go for a walk. I'm asking you a bunch of questions about your world. Yeah, that's like the first 2 hours of the day.
Hey, Mama.
Go put a skirt on.
I couldn't find it, Mommy.
Can you ask Grandpa? He's right behind you. Grandpa just came up here.
Yeah.
Where's Daddy?
Dad.
Where's that? Daddy!
Thank you, silly. You silly, Daddy.
Chiefy. Yeah. I got a podcast in like 2 minutes. All right. But it doesn't work on my normal. Let's see, I need Firefox.
Who's the podcast with?
It's called Inspired Idiots. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see, open file. Have somebody that can see the things that you can't see in your life at all times.
I've been watching hours and hours of your content. I'm very honored to have your time today. I'm very excited for this.
Myself as well, and thank you for having the courage to even have platforms like this so stories like mine can have wings, because we never really know how far these stories go. There's been people that I've connected with that were in languages that I've never even heard of. They're like, I saw this one but they're translating with me. And I'm like, wow, you just never really know where things like this end up. I was serving a 12-year prison sentence from 2002 to 2005. It got to the point where before I went into prison, I felt like I was already in prison. And it wasn't until I was in prison that I actually discovered my freedom. That was crazy to me, because I was like, why do I feel more free in here than I do out there? And I had started doing all the things that I used to love to do as a child that brought me the most joy. I had forgiven all the people who hurt me. I had written a list of anybody that I held resentment towards, even the 2 men who murdered my father. And something about that combination, even though I didn't know it at that time, had freed me to the point where my life became a manifestation of the energy and the vibration that I was holding over a long period of time. I needed to pay something off. And if I didn't get that money, like something was gonna happen, I needed to pay something off, it'd be a big fine. I'm in the 9th grade, my mother doesn't have any money. I don't know how I'm gonna make the money. I don't have a job. And I remember being in the back of the bus and I was just like, I really need $105. Okay, I really need 100. And I just remember saying that. And I was in the back of the bus and I put my hand in my head and I was like, I really need $105. And I could see it, I could feel it. And as soon as I pulled my head up, it must have been 1 inch. As soon as I pulled my head up, a gold chain just flew in my hands. And I looked around. You know, when somebody loses something, they're like, has anybody seen my chain? So I'm sitting in the back of the bus and I don't see anybody looking for anything, but it was almost as if that gold chain came in from another dimension. I wasn't using words at that time, so I'm connecting the dots looking backwards. And so I'm looking at this chain. I didn't see anybody looking for it, so I kept the chain and then I took it to a pawn shop and they gave me $105.
No.
Okay, yeah, that's it.